Hey everybody, welcome to Trading Capital's live trading room here. Today is currently April 26th. And as we kick off the new trading session here, obviously this is a mega cap tech rally that is being fueled by Microsoft and really Microsoft alone. Microsoft has lifted Nvidia, Microsoft has lifted Google, Microsoft has lifted Apple. And realistically, this rally is just really concentrated yet again in the mega caps. Not all sectors are participating in this market rally. When you actually look at the breadth in the market today, what is happening? 9 out of the 11 S&P 500 sectors are actually red. Technology and consumer discretionary are the only ones positive, and that's probably due to the fact that Tesla and Amazon in the consumer discretionary side are catching a bid. So again, keep in mind that this is not a broad-based rally. Maybe it can turn into one, but as of now, there's still a lot of selling taking place under the hood, despite the S&P being up and despite the NASDAQ also being up. It's just very concentrated to some of those mega cap techs. All right, so I have a short level on Microsoft. MSFT is the ticker. Basically, the day trade level short is going to be about, 303, a Pierce of 303. If we can get that Pierce of 303, we will look to short Microsoft for a day trade. And then you have some additional resistance. I'm just pulling up my chart here around 304. So basically in dollar increments. All right, we also had Bitcoin exploding higher on the more contagion fears of FRC. Let me just switch this chart here again. All right, so we have Bitcoin exploding higher here, BTC USDT exploding up over 5%, re-hitting that 30,000 level, but not holding it at this point in time. It is on the back of FRC getting demolished yet again in the after hours. Let me just flip to the regular trading hours here so we can see another gap down on FRC falling lower. Obviously we are shorting PACW with the members, which is gapping up, but we were able to pick around, I think it was 1223, we started shorting it. So this one's actually a potential day trade short level as well. I would love to see PACW push up to about, for a day trade, there's this gap fill up here around 13. That would be the day trade level. There's a gap fill here, but considering it hit in the pre-market, you would have to go a little bit higher on PACW. But definitely a lot of weakness in the Russell today as we continue. All right, so in terms of some other shorts, we're looking at Coin. Coin has exploded higher. Basically, Coin is trading at 59.22. The only real day trade level I see is around this confluence of moving averages. So around the 61, Pierce of 61. So 61.20, 61.17, in and around that vicinity, I would be interested in potentially shorting Coin. Really no long play on Coin because I am seeing Bitcoin pull off the highs, so that's not going to help the market. But the dollar is falling sharply. The dollar is falling sharply lower. In terms of other longs, we're looking at EMPH. That is gapping down tremendously. I mean, we're trading at 178, so EMPH is all the way down like about 19% on the session. I have some levels on EMPH. Let me just do some work here. Basically, the first level that I'm looking at on EMPH is going to be around 168. 168, we can go long ENPH. Okay, you can see it matches with that breakout pivot. A lot of people will be sitting at this pivot around 174, but I'm just playing it conservatively because that is such a massive drop on ENPH. And basically, if you look in the pre-market, let me just flip to the pre-market, it really didn't get that big of a bounce when it had its initial drop. And that's concerning. When you get an earnings play reaction, and it's a high-flying stock that typically you do see a lot of buying pressure in, when it doesn't participate in a bounce right off that initial drop, that's a sign that, okay, this might be heading a little bit lower. So 168 on EMPH, I'm just marking that on my other charts here. And obviously this is pattern pending. If it We'll see how the markets hold up. We're also looking at Thermo Fisher, TMO, for a potential. So Thermo Fisher is also gapping down. Let me just look at on my other screen here. I have a level around a pierce of 520, so preferably around 519.70. It actually did hit that level in the pre-market, but you can see it's around this 519.30 level, and then you do have a little bit of a breakaway bar over here. So we'll keep Thermo Fisher on the radar. It's nice because it has had a previous day sell-off, a big sell-off, and now it's having another gap down into some support levels down here. So keep Thermo Fisher on the radar, but this is a dangerous pattern because now what you just triggered today, if you get a close below this neckline, is you have this left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and this pattern actually takes you all the way down to about, look at that, 465. Not today, obviously. It doesn't fall. Things don't fall in one straight line down unless we're in a market crash, but definitely an interesting triggering on this massive company today. They did beat on earnings, but it didn't come in obviously what the market wanted. We also did get consumer core durable goods orders, which came in lower than expected, so you're seeing some weakness in some of the energy stocks, consumer discretionary. The S&P just took a nice little dump intraday. Still up on the session, but it did take a little minor dump there. Interesting to see that aspect of the market. Just taking a look here. PACW, Texas Instrument is up. I'm just looking at some of the other earnings plays. Microsoft has pulled off the highs. Yeah, so really just Enphase is the one for a long trade. Thermo Fisher is another long. So we'll keep EMPH on the radar. That's going to be an interesting trade. And then there were a couple other names. Just give me a second here. I'm scrolling through my list. ATVI, Activision Blizzard, is getting slaughtered. So obviously this is probably due to the fact that Microsoft is pulling the deal apart. So there's a lot of speculation that they were coming in with a deal and it was going to happen. And it looks like based off of the stock reaction, I actually haven't heard if there's news, but based off of the stock gapping down almost 9%, you would have to anticipate that that deal between Microsoft taking over Activision Blizzard is now falling apart. That's kind of why the stock would drop. Basically, the first support level that I have on ATVI, we're trading at 78.79. There's a technical gap here around the 78.50 level, but let it pierce that level. Where I like it is basically on the daily 200. That's where we could play it on a long side of a trade, right on that daily 200 moving average for ATVI. So keep that on the radar, and you can actually see it pierce that lower boundary range. So I actually wasn't even aware of that in the intraday market. So maybe even if we just let it retrace to 75.70 back to this breakout zone, that's going to be the proper conservative level to play. And actually, holy, the spiders are taking a big dump here. SPY is taking a big dump. The dollar's taking a big dump as well. So it's really weird to see the dollar dumping and also the SPY dumping at this point in time. And that's obviously due to a lot of selling. Let's take a look at the NASDAQ, see if it's holding up. It also took a dump. IWM took a bigger dump. So let me just scroll through some of these bank stocks because there's probably some more banking risk here. Maybe FRC is, nope, it's not FRC. PACW, that one's still holding up as well. Interesting. Very interesting here. Very interesting. Let me just see if I can find anything as to why we're dumping so hard there. But that was a big, heavy pre-market volume candle. And that's the thing, is that when there's 9 sectors red, the selling pressure gets pretty heavy. Wow, look at this dollar collapse. Oh my goodness. Dollar is collapsing. Gold is probably soaring. Bitcoin obviously foreshadowed this little dump, but the dollar dumping pretty hard there. Must have got some economic data. No, I'm not seeing anything. It was just the core durable goods orders that came in lower than expected. Interesting. Maybe it's the ECB, the euro. I know the euro is talking. One of the euro members, who's this guy? ECB supervisory board member Timonian speaks at 9:45. So it's probably the euro soaring. That's why the euro jumped. DXY got slaughtered there. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Natural gas also took a big dump, so that's under a lot of pressure this morning. Surprising to see oil not taking advantage of that dollar, that weak dollar. That's a big dump on the dollar. That's a big dump. Natural gas is under pressure. The dollar's under pressure. Alright, so we have about 3 minutes to the open. So yeah, coin, Thermo Fisher, Enphase, those are the ones that I'm watching, keeping on my radar for some potential price action. Tesla took a big dump as well. Spiders are still hanging in there. Also keep UPS on your radar for a potential long. UPS for a potential long. I know that one got beaten up pretty hard yesterday. Just want to see if there's any news in the banks, because maybe the banks are under a lot more pressure. JP Morgan's negative. Most of the banks are negative. UBS is positive. Just seeing if there's anything I notice here. FRC still down 12. PACW's up 13, 14. So again, still 9 sectors are red, 2 sectors are green. Concentration is still clearly in mega cap tech. We're just looking at scrolling through all the banks here. Apple's negative, so that's interesting to see Apple not participating. Google's almost negative. Tesla's negative. So we're going to have a big gap up in the markets, except Apple's falling sharply lower, so that's going to weigh in on this market. Nvidia is still remaining exceptionally strong. So keep Microsoft on your radar for a short. And Microsoft's now trading at 30 times revenue. That's insane. 30x for a multi-trillion-dollar company is unsustainable unless you have the Fed coming in full guns blazing with some more stimulus. But it's absolutely crazy price action. So keep Enphase on the radar, keep Thermo Fisher, keep Microsoft. Those are the ones. Longs on Enphase and Thermo, maybe even UPS if we pierce that 176 level, and then shorts on Microsoft. And that dollar is so weak right now. All right, markets are open, guys. Markets are open. UPS gap down. That's a big gap down on UPS. I'm going to maybe go long UPS here. All right, guys. I'm long also UPS here. 175.10 I got filled. Sorry about all these alerts. It's going crazy. Really need to adjust these. Actually, I didn't even get filled on UPS here. I did not get filled on UPS. But the spiders are pulling in off of the highs. Qs are also pulling in off the highs. Alright guys, I'm interested in UPS. I'm going to go long UPS here. Whoa. Very strange. My brokerage is not filling me here. Actually, I'm just running into some difficulties with my brokerage, guys. They're not filling me here. That's very strange. That is super strange. They are not filling my orders here. But the markets are coming down. Tesla's still weak. It's very strange that my brokerage is not filling me, guys. So I repeat, I'm not long yet. I'm trying, but... Alright, I just got filled on UPS 175.05. My brokerage was very delayed there. I gotta have a chat with them. That was ridiculous. 175.05, long UPS. So it's a 1/5 position. The next add level will be around 174.05. So we're seeing a little bounce coming up in UPS. Still interested in N phase. Thermo Fisher's heading a level, but it's flushing. Let it go lower. I actually have a new level on thermal around 500. 500. We're getting a little bounce here. Ooh, Pac West is getting annihilated, so we just shorted that yesterday with members. We're almost in the money, double-digit gains. Look at UPS. UPS is flying high now, guys. I'm still watching in Thermo Fisher TMO. Microsoft is still pulling off from the highs, but acting well. All right, let's see what we can get out of UPS here, guys. We're flying high now. Let it go to that gap fill. I think that's a prudent place to probably take some profits. But it's so oversold that we can even maybe let this head a little bit higher. We have gap fill right over here on UPS that I'm intrigued about. Taking profits. Thermo Fisher's getting a bounce. Enphase is still coming down, guys. So keep EMPH on the radar. I do like that for a long trade. Tesla's under some pressure. I'm looking at Tesla for a long around 156.70. 156.70. Markets are reversing from the highs. Healthcare is getting slaughtered right now. PAC W is coming down sharply. All right, UPS is flying. Here we go. Come on, UPS. Keep going. Keep ENPH on the radar too, because that's coming down. It's hitting our first technical level, but I want it at 168. I want it around this 168 level on ENPH. So I'll keep that on the radar. I am watching it very closely. Spiders are trying to bounce. Nvidia's reversing from the highs. Natural gas is getting hit pretty hard today. UPS is still holding up. Microsoft is still seeing some distribution. I'm watching Tesla. I'm watching Nvidia. I'm watching coin pull off the highs. Still a lot of weakness in this market. It's not just a one-way train to the upside. A lot of things are pulling off of the highs. Apple's getting a bounce though. Look at this bounce on UPS, guys. Thermo Fisher still on the table. Should fix this chart. Look at this nice little bounce, guys. Look at this bounce coming in UPS. I want to see it turn positive on the session. I'm getting alerts on Adobe as well. Let me take a look at Adobe, ADBE. Ooh, Adobe's getting hit. That's actually getting hit pretty hard. Keep Adobe on your radar for a long as well. I like Adobe around the 352.50 area, 352.56 area. That's the 200 daily moving average. Adobe's getting hit very hard right now, down 2.97%. Spiders are still acting okay. Qs are pulling off of the highs. UPS is now coming back down. We never officially filled that gap, but it's coming back down now. Thermo Fisher got a nice bounce. GE still seeing some sell side pressure. Most things are still seeing some sell side pressure. EMPH is coming down, guys, so keep that on the radar. We are coming up into the first little support. But EMPH is getting slaughtered, now down 21%. That's a massive, massive move down for EMPH. Visa is hurting. Google's now negative. EMPH is coming down, guys. ENPH is coming down. Natural gas is under a lot of pressure today as well. We're seeing nat gas sell off pretty hard. Still watching UPS. We're just slightly in the money on UPS. Apple's still trading below key support. Microsoft is still just hovering. Let's see what we can get out of UPS. Alright, EMPH now is coming into our first little support level here, guys. So keep EMPH on the radar for a long trade. It's getting taken to the woodshed. I'm going to go a 1/6 position. This is higher risk. So I'm going a lighter share size here. Even getting alerts on Next Era Energy. That's one of the bigger utility stocks. NEE is giving me some alerts here. Alright, EMPH is coming into for support, guys. Let it pierce that level. Alright, I'm long EMPH 167.85. 167.85. Alright, 167.85. It could easily head a lot lower from here, but this is the level we're taking a shot at. Alright, we're getting a small bounce off of this level on EMPH. Nice bounce, guys. Nice bounce on EMPH. Let's see how much we can get. I want a little bit more, at least maybe a buck or two out of this. I think we can easily get $1, maybe even $3 out of this. Next ad level will be around 163.60. 163.60. Tesla's hitting a double bottom support zone. UPS, we're still in the money on UPS. Spiders are catching a small bid. Nvidia's pulling off the highs. KRE's catching a bid. Alright, EMPH just coming back down, guys. UPS is still acting okay. Nvidia's softening. Tesla's softening. Microsoft's softening. So these markets might be in trouble here. If mega cap tech gives up this rally, we could see a pretty big dump. You have weakness in the banks like JP Morgan, Bank of America still. So that's super interesting. 163.60 is the next. Sorry, 165.85 84 will be the next level that I add. Alright, we're coming down here. Get ready to add to end face again. 165.85 will be the next add level. Alright, EMPH is coming down, guys. Get ready to add to EMPH again. 165.85 or lower. Let it pierce that 166 levels. The spiders are acting weak right now. UPS is still hanging on. I'm watching UPS. KRE is getting a nice bid. Here comes First Solar, guys. I'm even intrigued around just a pierce of 166, guys. Just a pierce of 166. I will add. Let's see if we can get a pierce there. Come on. FRC was just halted, so weakness in the regional still coming through. UPS is starting to pull up. Spiders are acting okay from this level. Alright, we're getting a bounce here on First Solar. Didn't hit our next add level. It came so close. Oh my goodness. That was crazy. It came so freaking close. Doesn't mean it still can't come down. I think there's a lot of margin calls going on right now. There's been a lot of big moves in some important stocks. Like UPS is a massive, Dan-Hur, Adobe's getting annihilated. Oh, markets are breaking down here, guys. Markets are breaking down. Spiders are getting a nice big sell program coming in. I am probably going to take some profits on my UPS here, guys. I'm going to take profits on UPS because I'm seeing weakness in the spiders. I just exited UPS at 175.83. 175.83, so that's about an 80-cent gain on UPS. I just had 100 shares there. Still long end face. I'm still long end face. Still long end face. So the spiders are breaking down, but end face is getting a bid, and that's probably because we're seeing now rotation coming out of mega cap tech. You're seeing Microsoft roll over. Microsoft is rolling over pretty hard. Nice big bounce coming in EMPH here. Look at FRC. It's going to the toilet, down 20%. Alright, here comes EMPH. Spiders are breaking down, guys. What I'm going to recommend is we protect EMPH from here because the spiders are looking weak. Healthcare is still acting pretty poorly from here. Healthcare is actually coming into a nice little technical level. XLV might be a long trade here, guys. Adobe, I'm still watching Adobe. This is wild. This is wild price action, guys. We're seeing so much volatility here. So much volatility. Let's see if we can get another little move up in EMPH. I want to see that 169 area. I will look to take profits around that 169 area, guys. Come on. One more little push. EMPH. And we look like we're forming a 10-minute bottoming tail. So if we get an exit, we can always look for a retrace, a long retrace. Let it settle in. Meta's had a nice big bounce. UPS, if you're still holding UPS, that's been a powerhouse. It's moving up sharply. So we got a bottoming tail, a 5-minute one on EMPH. It's looking to still settle in on a 10-minute bottoming tail. Tesla at double bottom. I'm still interested. A pierce of 157 on Tesla. We can look for a long trade. EMPH is still just hovering there. We're seeing Tesla down 1.4. Google's almost negative. Amazon's still up 2.8. Meta's had a nice bounce. Get ready to pull profits on ENPH, guys. Get ready to pull profits on ENPH. I'm still long. I'm looking at Adobe as well. I'm looking at Tesla for a long. Here comes ENPH. It's falling sharply lower. I will add to my ENPH around this 165.75 level. It's coming in there now, guys. Still didn't hit that level. 165.79. I will add to my ENPH. Nvidia is still pulling in off the highs. There's still a potential head and shoulders pattern that's in play. So Nvidia is falling. UPS is rising. ENPH is coming down for another round of selling here, guys. So spiders are acting very, very weak right now. Spiders are almost negative. Ooh, Tesla. Keep Tesla on your radar as well, guys. Keep Tesla. TSLA. That's coming into a nice little support zone here around 157 Pierce. So 156.95 is a great level. I just added to my ENPH, guys. I just added to my ENPH here at, did I get filled? Did they fill me? At 165.79. 165.79. My brokerage is very slow on ENPH. So my average now, when we're flushing on ENPH, we are flushing more. My average is 166.90. 166.90. It's a 2-6 position. Next ad level is this 164.50. 164.50 and 163.50. Tesla's still coming down. I am interested in a Tesla long as well. So 166.90 is the average on ENPH, and we're still falling. Next ad level on ENPH is 164.50, guys. It's coming in there hot. Spiders are catching a bounce though, so that's going to help the market. Oil is falling. Healthcare is still falling. ENPH is catching another little bid here. Spiders are trying to consolidate bullishly to move higher. Keep ENPH. It's flushing, guys. 164.50. We will add again to ENPH. It's breaking that 165 level. This is going lower. There it is. I just added at 164.38. 164.38. All right, my average is now 166.01. 166.01. All right, big bounce coming in ENPH now. Next ad level on ENPH will be basically 163.40. 163.40. And we're coming lower now. We're now down 25% on EMPH. That's a massive move down. PAC-W is still trying to come down. Texas Instruments is under a lot of pressure as well today. Still watching Adobe. That's kind of off our level. This looks like some margin calling in EMPH. This is a nasty decline occurring. Next ad level on EMPH is approaching, guys. Next ad level on EMPH is approaching. 163.40 or lower. So we're seeing FRC down 17%. Enphase is now down 25%. Big bounce coming in Enphase here, guys. Big bounce coming in Enphase. Alright, here comes Enphase bounce. What a fast mover here. We're basically flat on an EMPH. Apple's bouncing. Tesla never hit our level. Adobe never hit my level. Let's see how big of a bounce we can get in EMPH. Here we go. We have a 3-6 position. Alright, we're basically in the money now on ENPH. I want more though. Spiders are acting well. Spiders are acting well. Come on, EMPH. Get your butt up there. Get your butt up there. Meta's having a phenomenal rally ahead of earnings. Alright, still some selling coming in EMPH here. Still some selling. Tesla's almost at that double bottom zone. Considering we bounced there, I would have to let it pierce now 157 around. The better levels around 156.40, give or take. 156.40. You're seeing the Qs push up again. EMPH is coming back down, guys. So 163.40 is my next ad level. Spiders are weak though. Spiders are very weak. I'm going to lower my EMPH because we did a little bounce there to 163.20. Basically 20 cents lower. We're down 25% on EMPH. Massive move down. Spiders are seeing some selling now, so are the Qs. Nvidia's still up on the session, but definitely pulled in from the highs. So they halted FRC, and I wonder if they're taking over. I wonder if they're going to take over. Alright, Enphase is trying to bounce a little bit again. Texas Instruments is very weak today. I do like TXN for a potential long. Tesla is flushing as well here, guys. Tesla is flushing as well. All right, EMPH is coming back down, guys. 163.20, and we'll add again. All right, guys, there it is. There's 163. Oh, I didn't even get filled. My broker's a little bit slow today. 163.10 I added. 163.10. Sorry, 163.15 I added. That's what I got filled at. 163.15. I just got filled. So now my new average is 165.35. The next add level will be 162.15 on EMPH. All right. Spiders are trying to sell off here. Chipotle's acting very well. Pac West, we're in the money about 9% just from our little short yesterday. So we have a 4-6 position. I personally have 300 shares. 300 shares in EMPH. It's a little bit of a lighter trade because it's acting so poorly today, and the spiders are trying to roll. Take a look at UPS. UPS is rolling. Tesla's hitting that long level. Tesla's hitting that long level, guys. Tesla is hitting that long level at 156.50, but I'm just going to manage this EMPH, but Tesla is at a decent long level. I'm just managing EMPH because it's volatile enough. I'm just going to work my average around EMPH, but Tesla is at a decent long level. All right, big bounce coming on EMPH here, guys. Big bounce coming. Let's see what we can get on EMPH. Come on, Tesla's still selling pretty hard here, guys. Bitcoin's holding up, healthcare's selling, oil's selling, natural gas is selling. So there's not many things that aren't selling. All right, EMPH is getting a nice bottoming tail potential here. Looks like most of the selling is now complete, at least for now. Tesla's getting a little bounce off of that level. So interesting to see Tesla bouncing off of that level. Come on, EMPH. I'm looking for at least a move back to 167 on EMPH, maybe even 169. Here we go. Come on, EMPH. Get your butt moving. Get your butt moving. We're now in the money, basically a little flat. Come on. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. Spiders are getting a bid. Nvidia's pushing up. Tesla's acting weak still. So I'd love to get out of this end face, switch over to Tesla, but right now, come on, end face. Another big push. Let's see you get to 167. We have a 10-minute bottoming tail on EMPH forming. In 5 seconds, we will have a 10-minute bottoming tail. This could actually get all the way back to around 171 with a big move. EMPH is pushing up. Spiders are still acting weak. Tesla's falling lower here. There's a gap. There's another major pivot zone at around a pierce of 155 on Tesla. That's intriguing to me. EMPH is trying to bounce here. Microsoft is still holding up, but definitely down off of the lows. Alright guys, EMPH is pushing. Let's see if we can get above 167. There it is, guys. I'm out of EMPH. 167.39. 167.39. Boom. Nice friggin' profit there. And it's going higher. I sold at 167.39. I got out. That is a huge profit for us to start the morning. Basically, that is an over $2 profit on EMPH. Now we can play a retrace. I had 400 shares times $2. That's a nice gain. All right, let's look at Tesla now. I'm intrigued about Tesla. I'm going to go long Tesla here. I'm intrigued about Tesla. I'm going long Tesla, 155.99. I got filled on Tesla. Sorry, actually, they filled me at 156.01. 156.01. 1/6 position. 156.01. I'm long Tesla. It's a 1/6 position. The next ad level will be 155. Pierce of 155 on Tesla. Basically $1 lower on Tesla. And I will play Enphase again if we get a meaningful retrace, and UPS if we get a meaningful retrace. Look at EMPH coming back down again. Tesla's also weak right now. Nice 800 bucks on Enphase. That was beautiful. UPS, we made a couple, or about just over 100 there. Tesla, we're long. Look at this EMPH coming back down, guys. If we get a meaningful retrace back down to about below 165, we can start accumulating again. Okay, so keep Enphase on your radar because it is coming down. Anything below 165, I will get long Enphase again. Tesla's still coming down, guys. Spiders are hanging in there. Nat gas is still weak. Oil is still weak. First Republic is still halted down 23. Pac W has given up all of its gains. I mean, wow. We have a double-digit gain on Pac W just from shorting it yesterday. That is a thing of beauty. That's what I like to see. Tesla's still coming down, but hovering off of that level. Tesla's still coming down, guys. Spiders are trying to get a bid. Wow, Chipotle's just a powerhouse stock. CMG is above 2031. Texas Instruments is coming back down. Healthcare is getting slaughtered today. So Tesla's coming back down, guys. Anything below 155, I will add to my Tesla. 155, I will add to my Tesla. Spiders are looking weak right now. Here comes Tesla. Here comes Tesla. EMPH is still seeing some selling. Tesla's getting a bounce here. Spiders are catching a bounce. Keep Chipotle on the radar. Anything above 2,045, we can short Chipotle. Keep Chipotle on the radar for a short. Tesla's getting a nice bounce. All right, I'm going to short Chipotle here, 2043. CMG is the ticker. 2043, I shorted Chipotle. 2043. That's insane move. Tesla had a little bit of a bounce there, but given most of it back up. So I'm going to move my order to 155 Pierce. Chipotle's still coming up. XOM is getting slaughtered with the collapse in oil. Next ad level on Chipotle will be around 2,065. It's basically $25 higher. Tesla's trying to bounce. Chipotle's still hanging in there. Chipotle's coming in, guys. So CMG is coming in. Let's see if we can get a little flush down on Chipotle. $5 in the money. Tesla's trying to bounce. Let's see if we can get a larger pullback in Chipotle. Tesla's still long, obviously. We're long Tesla. We're in the money nice. $10 on Chipotle here. That's a good little pullback on CMG. That is a great pullback on CMG. Let's see if we can get some more. It is one of the more extended stocks. Alright, I'm going to add to my Tesla long. Keep Tesla on the radar because I am prepared to add to my Tesla long at a pierce of that 155 level. It's coming down now, guys. Spiders are weakening here. Spiders are weakening. Nvidia's pushing up some more. I'm still hanging on to my Chipotle. That has just gone absolutely parabolic. Spiders are still hanging in there. Enphase is coming back down as well, so I am intrigued about EMPH long again. EMPH long again. If we get a pierce of that 165. Actually, we'll have to get a little bit more of a retrace. 164.40. JP Morgan's acting very poorly right now. Spiders are losing some steam here. Alright, so we're shorting Chipotle. We're in the money nicely here on CMG, but I want more. This stock is incredibly extended. I'm long Tesla here. I just got filled at Tesla. 155.99, or sorry, 154.99. That's a 2-6 position on Tesla. Look at this bounce on Tesla. That was a clinical ad. We telegraphed that one, and Tesla's bouncing tremendously here. All right, I am out of Tesla. I am out of Tesla for 156. 156. I am out of Tesla. 156.10. Sorry. Boom. That is a gain. I don't even know what my gain was. I think it was over $1. So we just won on our Tesla trade. Let me just take a look to see. So basically that was a 80-cent gain on Tesla for myself. 80-cent gain on Tesla. That was a 2-6 position. So nice little pop there. We were able to exit on Tesla. All right, if Tesla comes back down again, we can play it. We're still short Chipotle. That's in the money nicely from our 2045 short. Take a look at that dump on Chipotle. Spiders are weakening here. I'm still interested in Tesla and UPS for another long trade. All right, I'm covering Chipotle here. CMG cover at, oh, it's still in. Didn't cover me. It did not cover me. That's disappointing. I had a 2022 cover, but it did not cover me. It's coming back down again, so I think it will. I'm covering around 2022.19, but I'm going to cancel that order now because it bounced a little bit. Oh, 2020, guys. It's at 2020. I just covered at 2020.63. Chipotle, CMG. We're just banking here. We are just banking here. 2020.63 cover. That was a nice little trade there. That's 3 for 2, 4 for 4 actually. 4 for 4. 4 for 4, guys. Tesla, keep Tesla on the radar, and UPS. I'm interested in going long again. So wild volatility. This is earnings for you. I'm interested in UPS again. I am interested in UPS long. So UPS put in that initial reversal. If UPS can come back to our original level, I may go long again UPS. So 175 around that level. And keep Tesla on the radar again as well. The dollar's catching a bounce now. UPS is coming back down, guys, so I am prepared to go long. I'm going to go long UPS here, 175.25. 175.25 I got filled. 175.25. I'm starting with 100 shares on UPS. 175.25. All right, next ad level will be basically a pierce of this double bottom zone. Tesla's interesting because that's coming back down again. What else can we trade here? Spiders are breaking down lower. Tesla's breaking down lower. Next level on Tesla I have. Ooh, there's that gap fill that looks so intriguing on Tesla. But considering Tesla's on a beautiful sell-off, I like the now on Tesla. If Tesla was to come down to 154.40, 154.40, we can go long Tesla. UPS is piercing that level now. Meta's starting to fall. Spiders are testing the lows. So the spiders are now basically almost negative. That's a very bad sign for this market because it's showing that there's so much selling under the hood. Regionals are getting taken to the woodshed again. They've gone negative. Wow, lots of weakness in this market. Healthcare is getting slaughtered as well. I do like healthcare around 130. Around 130 for a long. So keep healthcare on your radar. UPS next ad level is that 170, that double bottom zone over here, 174.42. Tesla is also coming back down, so the next level I have on Tesla is 154.40. So keep Tesla on the radar. That's going to be the next ad level for Tesla. I am prepared to go long Tesla again. Come on, Tesla. Let's see if we can get a little more flush. EMPH is coming back down as well. All right, Tesla's coming down, guys. Tesla's intriguing me. Let's see if we can get a flush to even 154.50 is decent. I'm going to have an order, a limit order at 154.50 and see if we can actually pierce that level. As soon as we hit 154.50, I'm going to execute my order on Tesla, and then it may get filled lower if we get a flush. Spiders just made a new low. All right, guys, I just went long Tesla. I got filled at 154.50. 154.50. It's a 1-6 position. 1-6 position. Tesla's getting hurt here. Next ad level on Tesla will be 153.50, basically in dollar increments. And then 152.50. Still watching UPS come down. Spiders are breaking down here. Tech is still holding up, but definitely pulling in off the highs. Tesla's flushing a little bit more now, guys. Let's see what we can get here. Meta's seeing a big sell-off. EMPH is rallying. So now tech is starting to soften up. IWM is hitting an important gap fill. IWM is hitting a very, very important gap fill. Get ready to add to UPS once we pierce this level. Get ready to add to UPS. IWM is hitting gap fill, guys. So there's still tons and tons of weakness in these banks. Tesla's coming down lower. UPS is coming down lower. Get ready on UPS, guys. Almost going to add to UPS. Tesla's also coming down a little bit lower now. Spiders new lows. They're breaking down hard here, guys. The spiders are breaking down pretty hard here. UPS is also breaking down, so the markets are falling apart. Even gold is reversing. The dollar's surging now. The dollar's getting a big bid here. We're almost piercing that on UPS. I'm still eyeing up Tesla. That's trying to hold. UPS still hasn't pierced. Oh, spiders are breaking down. Take a look at this. Whew. Cheapers. New lows on the spiders. Oh, yikes. This is getting nasty, guys. Imagine if Microsoft starts selling off more and Nvidia. Tesla's coming back down some more. It's almost at the next ad level. Keep Tesla on the radar because we're prepared to add to that. Tesla's coming some more. It's coming down some more now. Alright guys, I just added to Tesla here at 153.50. 153.50. So my average is now 154 even. 154 even on Tesla. Oh, we're selling hard, guys. Spiders are breaking down. Spiders are breaking down here. Next ad level on Tesla's 152.50. 152.50. Big bounce on Tesla coming in. Still interested in healthcare for a long, but it hasn't hit that level yet. I think we can get a buck out of Tesla, or maybe even 60 cents or so, 60 cents to $1 at Tesla. We're getting a nice big bounce here. I'm still eyeing up UPS. It still hasn't hit the next level. Oil's under a lot of pressure today as well. That might be signaling that the dollar may make a move off the lows. KRE is falling sharply lower. Wow, so that PAC W, we're in the money 13% already from our short yesterday. That's a wonderful, wonderful short on PAC W. Those regionals, and I've noticed the trend in regionals. Every time they get a pop, they just get dropped. The sell side pressure comes into fruition. Wells Fargo, JP Morgan is selling off so sharply here as well. EMPH is catching another little bid. Nvidia is still hanging on to most of its gains, up 2.5. MARA is up substantially. Let's take a look at Mara. Let's take a look at Coin as well. Coin is reversed from the high. Look at this Tesla bounce, guys. We're bouncing on Tesla. Let's see what we can get. I have a target on Tesla around just above 155. Around 154.90 actually, sorry, 154.90. I may look to take profits on Tesla. So right at this pivot low over here will be our first resistance. Let's see if we can recapture this green bar. Spiders are still selling, so maybe banks are just liquidating right now. QQQ rolling heavy. Holy, the Qs are starting to roll down, guys. The Qs are starting to roll down. I'm actually going to put a stop loss on Tesla at the low, 153.30, because the Qs are now starting to break down. So I don't want to get caught in a downdraft. So if Tesla breaks this pivot low, I'm out. If Tesla pops up, I'm out. Just be very cautious with this, because I'm seeing the Qs under a lot of pressure now as well. So if we start seeing Microsoft break down, as well as Apple and Nvidia, it's going to put a whole lot more pressure on this market today. Google's still remaining up on this session. Google is still holding up. Meta has basically rolled over again and is still up 1.5%, but definitely pulled in from the highs. UPS, I just added to my UPS, guys, at 174.45, 174.45. Just added to my UPS here, 174.45. And now my average is 174.85. This stock is just getting slaughtered. Spiders new lows. Spiders are new lows on the SPY. Wow, what a wild morning, guys. What a wild morning. All right, Tesla's popping up a little bit here. It's trying to catch a small bounce. UPS is still ever so weak. First Republic Bank is halted yet again. First Republic Bank is halted yet again. Spiders are still selling. UPS around 173.64. I will add again, 173.64. I will look to add again. XOM is taking to the woodshed. Healthcare is still getting hit pretty hard here. UPS is still under pressure. I just covered my PAC W short from yesterday for a lovely double-digit gain in one trading session. UPS is coming back down, so I'm prepared to add to that. If we go a little bit lower, 173.64 is the next add level. And then after that, it is basically 173.10. Tesla's still hanging in there. Markets seem to be settling down now. They're quieting down. DocuSign's under pressure. Blackstone is also falling here. Home builders are seeing some weakness. IWM is hitting that technical gap support, but still acting very weak. UPS is coming even lower now, 174. The spiders are also coming lower here, guys. At least Tesla's hanging in there with the Qs. Seems like all the value play stocks are getting taken to the woodshed. Very interesting. McDonald's is even reversed from the highs. Spiders new lows. Spiders new lows. UPS is coming in hot, guys. UPS is coming in hot. 173.64. I will add again. Spiders are catching a small bounce here. Spiders are catching a small bounce. Tesla's trying to bounce as well. UPS is still acting very weak here, guys, but it's coming into our next level. Tesla's catching a nice little bounce. UPS is almost there, a little bit lower. A little bit lower on UPS. Apple's now starting to break down. Nvidia is still remaining superbly strong. Seeing a lot of distribution in this market. Tesla's trying to push up. Alright guys, I'm exiting Tesla here because the market's looking weak. Apple's starting to break down. So 154.08 just for a small gain on Tesla. We can always get back in lower. 154.08. I just sold on Tesla for about a 10-cent gain. Nothing to sneeze at, but I'm seeing these markets break down. Like Apple's starting to get weak and the Qs are also starting to get weak. So I sold Tesla for a small gain. I'm just not liking what I'm seeing here in the markets. Tesla is pushing up, of course. Big bounce on UPS. Had never hit our next ad level. It's okay. That is okay. But Apple's looking weak. So Apple's probably going to drag this market down right now. It's falling sharply lower. Apple is falling sharply lower here. KRE is testing the lows. I'm still interested in healthcare along at around 130. So I'll keep that on my radar. So a little 5-minute bottoming tail on the spiders. EMPH is back under pressure again. UPS just can't get out of its own way. 39% on FRC. Holy shit. Excuse my language, but look at this. This bank's going under. This bank's going to go under. It's halted again. FRC is down another 39% after being down 50% yesterday. Yikes, man. Yikes. This is moving heavy. This is moving heavy. And look at the spiders. We're now testing that key support level. If you start losing that, that's not a good sign for the spiders. But definitely a small little bounce coming in the spiders here. UPS is still weak. Apple's still negative. ATVI, Activision Blizzard, ATVI. Let's see if that hit our levels earlier. So it did hit our level. We didn't play it. Got a nice bounce. Next level would be down here around 75.75. So we'll keep the spiders back on the radar here because they are catching a small little minor bounce. I think there's margin calling coming in UPS. That's what I'm sensing here. I'm tempted to add to my UPS here, guys. I'm just going to see if I can go a little bit lower on UPS. All right, guys, I'm adding to my UPS here, 173.66. 173.66 I added to my UPS, bringing my average down to, let's just let it update here, 174.39. 174.39. NASDAQ is bouncing, spiders are bouncing. No love for UPS yet. Absolutely no love for UPS. And this is a huge, massive company we're talking about. Next ad level on UPS will be around 172.80. Nice sell-off though on UPS. That is a massive sell-off. So we have a, what do we have here? We have a 3-6 position on UPS. Sorry, 2-6 position. No, 3-6 position. That's right, 3-6 position. 3-6, and UPS is still bleeding. But this is a mega caps name that should get a little bit of a bounce here eventually. So the spiders are getting a nice bid. UPS has not participated. That's unfortunate. Natural gas is still down tremendously on the session today. Spiders bouncing pretty hard. UPS should participate at some point, but again, it's still acting weak. Not really participating in the market bounce. End face is still bouncing off of the lows. Let's take a look at DHR. That's had a small bounce. Let's keep Meta on the screen. Google's holding up. Amazon's up 3. And Microsoft's holding most of its gains, up 7.4. Chipotle Mexican Grill is still off of the highs, but trying to push up again. Texas Instruments still hasn't hit my level. I am eyeing it up though. Getting a small bounce in UPS, very small bounce. Take a look at the spiders. They're trying to go back to the positive side, but resistance lies ahead. FRC is back open. They're probably going to seize this bank. If this thing keeps going down, I'm tempted to try to go long, but that's that's just gambling. We're not here to gamble. If you were to gamble, gamble on sports. You got the NBA playoffs. You got Arsenal facing Man City today. That's definitely going to be a winner for the Gunners. That's my team. We're going to take the lead today. So Arsenal versus Man City. That is on at 3 p.m. FRC is getting a nice little bid. So remember how I said we should go long? That would have been a nice little level to go long. Go figure. That's already about a 7% bounce. UPS is trying to bounce. I'll just keep an eye on the spiders here. It's going to be spiders are trying to push back to the positive side. Here comes UPS, guys. I think UPS can actually get back all the way up to 176. I have resistance at 176. EMPH is coming back down as well. Let me just see if there's another level on EMPH just in case it flushes a little bit more. UPS is trying to bounce here, guys. I could actually see UPS going positive. I think we got a lot of people that were caught in a margin call, and I could see it going positive. Potential little 10-minute doji on Enphase or on UPS. The dollar's still trying to peak up here, so we'll see what that does to the markets. You also have volatility, the VIX trying to creep up. China stocks, after being strong early, have basically given up most of their gains and are fading away. JP Morgan is still down. Bank of America is still down. Wells Fargo's down 1.45. Crude inventories just came out around 10:30. I think oil got a nice little pop from that. So it is getting a pop on the hourly chart. This potential little 10-minute doji still trying to form on UPS, but it's got a lot of work to do to try to recover here. The Qs are now seeing a little bit of distribution. Nvidia is starting to sell, so this is dangerous for the markets again. And look at this dollar. This dollar is starting to creep all the way back up, guys. That dollar is starting to creep up. That's a little bit of an indicator that maybe the dollar wants to push up and put in a bottoming process here. It's positive that we're still back inside this candle, so pay attention to that dollar, because if that still keeps creeping, that's going to be more additional headwinds for the market. Next level on Tesla. Let's see if I can isolate a level on Tesla now. Because if we get another round of selling in the markets, oof, Tesla gap fill. That's honestly, Tesla looks like it could go to gap fill. That implies another move down of 6% today. That would be horrific. That would be horrific for these markets, but I don't make the rules here. It's just what the vulnerability of the chart is dictating. But we've basically had on Tesla now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 consecutive hours of selling. And I do like the 150 level for a stab at Tesla long. 150 level. We're now approaching over that 10:30 time frame. So basically, I am going to just set the parameters on the trade. I'm going to set the parameters for this UPS trade. Basically, we are out of the money just slightly. I am prepared to hold this one overnight. I mean, this name is a behemoth name. Obviously, it's earnings. You're into some massive, massive technical support. It's very rare to see a big gap down like this into this huge consolidation area and doesn't yield a bounce. But basically, the next add levels on UPS, since we have a 3-6 position, would be down here at 170, pierce of 173, so 172.81. And then we'll have another add level right here at this pivot low round, a pierce of 172, so 171.90. So those are the next add levels. And again, I am prepared to hold this one overnight in the event that it doesn't hit our target. I still think we can get a retrace basically back to 175.80. That's going to be the profit target where I think would be a meaningful target to take profits on. There are a lot of buyers, I think, trapped in this name up ahead. I think even a move back to 178, 179 is not out of the question, believe it or not. I know there's a huge, huge level of buyers that were trapped in here yesterday around 177.50 area. So there's a lot of buyers stuck in this area. And one of the reasons I say that is because if you look at this chart, I'll just break it down quickly. But the spiders are breaking down as well. So notice how you had your big drop down. And then it had a potential breakout, faded, made a new low, a little bit of a basing consolidation here. And then you tried breaking out. And then it retested that breakout support, tried making another move up, and failed. So in and around this 175.80 level is going 177.40, 177.50 is a massive amount of buyers that are just trapped in there. So we, go figure, we actually have about a whole 1.78% move that we could unload into these buyers. So $3.10 move, I have about 300 shares in UPS at the moment. So that's kind of my expectations, but I'm going to look to take profits right around this level, probably around $1.42 profits. So just below that 176 major breakdown bar. And I think that's definitely a potential that we can get there. But let's just pay attention to these markets because there's still a lot of selling taking place. Obviously the Russell's negative. The spiders are also negative. The NASDAQ is really the only positive thing. So the big question today is, can the dollar recapture this big breakdown bar? And are the Qs going to hold up? Or are the Qs going to come down? If the Qs lose most of its gains, this market's in trouble. We're going to see a big sell-off on the spiders. And based off of this distribution, this looks like a vulnerable pattern to move lower on the Qs. Now pay attention to the volume trends. Let me just do a quick peek at the volume on the NASDAQ QQQ. QQQ is still light, 16.9 million. It's a little bit heavier than yesterday. On the spiders, we're just trading under 15 million, so we'll probably get to at least 50, 60 million. Now, the thing about it is that the volume in the mornings has actually been light, and then we've seen some heavier volume come in the afternoon session. At least that's what happened yesterday. So pay attention to many aspects of the market because it is volatile. Lots of catalysts lurking. But on that note, we closed one UPS, one Enphase, one Tesla, a Chipotle, and another Tesla. So 5 winners, 6 trades, 5 winners. We're managing the 6th one here. It has been a fantastic day trading session here with us live. I hope everybody has been able to profit with us. So it's been a fantastic day. Over $1,000 for us in day trading just in the first hour and a half alone. And it looks like we can potentially make more. So I'm going to leave that on a high note. Thank you all for tuning in. Definitely be vigilant about the earnings after the bell with Meta. And I wish everyone good luck and play it smart because we do have a whole host of earnings after the bell. And anybody that's watching some soccer, definitely cheer for Arsenal today because we should. It's going to be a very difficult game, but we're the underdogs heading into that game against Manchester City. And we'll see what type of action we get there. On that note, take care everybody, and thanks for tuning in.